Hey, hi everyone. So in this particular video, I'll be going through some basics of Elasticsearch. I'll be doing some basic operations, CRUD operations like create, retrieve, update, and delete on an Elasticsearch database. And I'll be also showcasing what is the difference between put and post within Elasticsearch. So it will be just basics demo. And if you would have seen my previous video, I have installed Elasticsearch and Kibana on my local machine. Now this is the second video where I'll be just creating some indexes and doing some operations with that. So yep. So let's get started. I've already opened my Kibana home. So it's a 5601. I'm going to that, and once I go there, I will have to I will have to come to scroll down. I have to go to Dev Tools. So it's under Management and Dev Tools. So once you go there, you can perform all the queries here. So I'll just delete that and we'll get started. Okay, so first is there is an employees data index which I created before, so I'll just delete that. So it's deleted. Next, I'll check the health status. So its status is green, so it's all good. uh, Next, I'll create an employees index. So if I don't pass any configuration, I'll show you my Elasticsearch cluster will be in a yellow state. So if I now do cat health, you'll see it has gone to yellow state because I just have single node cluster. So I need to modify the settings a bit. So I'll just delete the employees index again. Okay, so it's removed. Now I'll put an employees uh, index with number of shards equal to 1 and number of replicas equal to 0 because I just have a single node cluster. I can auto indent this one, and now I can create my employees database. So it's acknowledged equal to true, and next I can perform a health check. So now health is green. You can see the difference, right? Before it was yellow because I gave number of replicas at 1. So just keep this in mind if you have a single node cluster. So okay, and now because we just created the index, if you do perform a search, you will see it's all empty. There's no records which has come up. I'll just get some space here. Okay. uh, so now next we'll do some operation, like we'll do post test, and it's without any ID. So post, I'm sending to employees index, and you can give any arbitrary name here, but usually as per document they say it should be dash record, but I'll just show you that it's possible to give any arbitrary name also as well. So this is the record which I am sending. Let's auto indent this one. Okay. So if I send something of this sort, it can be any document. It's on JSON. It should be just JSON. So I'll create this record, and the record is created. You will see that it has generated an ID for us. I will talk about this later, and whatever information we provided, it has gone in. And now if we do employees search, we can see the record. We can get all the records. So there is a record Charles Tally and ID equal to 1, and it has generated its own ID for us. And we can retrieve that particular ID by giving something of this sort. Actually not, because in this particular case it should actually match the ID which it has created. So how the way to retrieve this particular record is to give the ID which it has generated for us, the auto generated ID. So I'll take this particular ID and copy it and paste it over here. If I paste it over here and fire this record, so we can get back the record which we have created. So we have just seen that if we do post without any ID, it will generate for us, and we have to use that. Second, we will just do put test. This is also similar to post, but this this without we don't pass any ID, and this should actually fail. So I'll show you how. So I'm just passing a record. So so this should fail as I mentioned. So if I'll just send it again. So because when we use put, we should have to have an ID in front. I'll show you what it means. So now to make it okay, we'll just confirm that this record Sabrina is not there. If I perform a wildcard search, we can just see the previous record, so that ID hasn't gone in. Even if we do something of this sort, it is not there, right? Just to confirm. Okay, now I'll make that particular test pass by providing an ID. So when we use put, we need to provide an ID. So I'm providing number 2. It can be anything as per your liking. I'll just auto indent, and then I'll send this particular record. So now this time its result is created and successful. Okay, I'll get some space here. And to confirm, we can perform a global search. So we have 2 records, Sabrina and Charles. And the next is because we provided our own ID, you will see that we can use that particular ID when we retrieve or get that record. In case of a post, we have to use the ID which system has generated for us. Okay, next we will perform the post test with ID. So post has 2, right? One without ID it will generate for us, but if we provide, it will take what we have provided. So I'm passing in, posting my 3rd record with the ID in the content. So this is the 3rd record, and I will send this particular request, and you'll see that this also has been created without any issues. And we can confirm all our records. So if we perform a global search, there are three records. First was Charles, an ID was generated for us. Next was Sabrina, and put ID was given by us. Third is Gina, again ID was given by us, but through post method. And we can confirm. So okay, so now the conclusion, right? So I'll just type it out here. So you must provide an ID in the URL when you are using a put method, right? And post is flexible. If you don't provide the ID, it will take it from if you provide the ID, it will take that ID and use that. That is the ID you provide in the URL. And last, if you don't provide, it will auto generate for you. So okay. So also one more thing, like all these tests which I am performing, it's actually hitting the Elasticsearch database. So you can do something like this. How you can take this, I'll just show you. Like let's say you go to here, like search, right? You just click this icon and say copy as C URL. So it's copied as C URL, and if I come to terminal, I can just paste like this, and I can see all the records. And if you want to pretty print it, you can just provide like pretty, right? Okay, and you will see the same information, but it's properly JSON formatted. And last but not the least, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you very much. Bye.